Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream here today. And we have an action packed day full of commentaries, kicking it off with the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Colorado Avalanche. It is a snowy day here from Toronto and all over the East Coast here in America. And I hope everybody's all safe and warm wherever you are as we get ready for a triple header here on the YouTube channel featuring 3 Canadian teams. And we start off with this matinee game between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Colorado Avalanche. Welcome everybody in the chat. I see Sharky's here. K in the red faces here. What's up? JJ's here from Finland. How we doing? Joey's here. What's up, Joey? What's up, Hugh? It's a great little Sunday here. Hopefully everybody's all safe wherever you are. I know there's a lot going on right now, especially in North America, especially with all of the storms and all that. So hopefully everybody is okay wherever you are as we get ready for the start of a triple header here in terms of commentaries. We'll be live for this one here between the Maple Leafs and the Avalanche, followed by Golden Knights and Senators at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and then following that up with Flames and Ducks at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tampa Bay lost big time, still stand by Colorado and Tampa Bay for the Stanley. Yeah, Tampa, I mean, you're not going to win all the games. That is a rough loss. They were on a 15-game point streak, so, you were due for a loss. Love the energy. Thank you. Enjoying the sun in Florida while your dog is enjoying 18 inches. Yeah, we got about 12 or 13 here. It's calmed down a little bit. Now it's sleet, which actually probably is worse if we're being honest. So, we're in the midst of it right now. Hopefully by the end of the commentaries, everything will be calmed down. Hopefully I still have power. And everything is expected to be gone and over with by 11 p.m. or midnight here on the East Coast for me. So hopefully things will calm itself down. But anyways, let's get ready for this Sunday afternoon commentary stream. Starting goaltenders on both sides. You have Mackenzie Blackwood taking the net here for Colorado. And on the other side, you have Joseph Woll taking the net here as well for the Maple Leafs. As you take a look at these two teams and their season series, we commentated their previous game. It was a 4-3 win for Toronto in overtime. And a great game nonetheless, and expecting nothing less here from this one. We're going to hop right into it. It is a Sunday matinee between the Maple Leafs and the Avalanche, and we are underway. Faceoff is won here by the Maple Leafs. Try to play it back to center. Avalanche steal it back, breaking into the zone. Malinsky, a shot into the glove of Joseph Woll to start. And the Avalanche immediately off the draw get the first shot on. Tonight is very interesting. You are seeing Taylor Makar play here tonight, brother of Cale Makar. So a little bit of a fun tidbit there. He's obviously a forward, was playing down below with the Eagles. Puck is dumped into the Avalanche zone here. It'll be an icing against Toronto. And the Avalanche dealing with injuries here and there. This is Makar's 8th NHL game overall in his career. He has some big shoes to fill with the last name that his brother has. But the Avalanche missing a few of their top guys. Devon Toews not in the lineup here tonight. You're also missing Gabriel Landeskog, who's not in the lineup tonight either for Colorado. Toronto is missing William Nylander. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Avalanche zone. Now Blackwood picks it up down low. Malinsky will move it behind the net. Malinsky's been one of my favorite players to watch this season. He will dump that one through center. Maple Leafs will clear. Here come the Leafs the other way. It's Lawton into the zone. Backhands it on net. It goes wide of Blackwood. Now played at the point by Morgan Rielly. Tavares now takes it up to the point. Rielly moves into the zone. Rielly fires it. Saved by Blackwood. And played back down low in the corner now. Manson trying to get it back. McKinnon banks it off the boards to Lehkonen. Through the zone now. McKinnon tried to bring that one in. Stolen back then by Riley. The last time these two teams played, it was absolute cinema. It was a 4-3 win for the Maple Leafs in overtime. William Nylander scored that overtime goal. I am hoping for nothing less here in Toronto for this one tonight. Off the boards now, cleared all the way into the Toronto zone. Now Joseph Wallet of his own net, back to Benoit down low. Simone Benoit behind the net, banks it off the boards, racing for it with speed and cleared to center is Michelli, dumped in down low then by Robertson. Maple Leafs coming off of a 6-3 loss in Toronto against the Golden Knights on Friday, and Mitch Marner's return. Looking to bounce back here tonight. Here's Michelli, a shot blocked in front, rebound slides just wide. Now played back to the point. Stetcher, a drive, goes wide as well. Picked back up then by Michelli, who dumps it down low into the corner. It's Nicholas Waugh. Down low here, battling for it with Girard. Waugh to Michelli. Trying to break that puck away then. It's Girard down low. Stolen back off the boards by Nelson. Cleared to center. Down low now, Troy Stetcher picks it up. Intercepted by the Avalanche. Here they come the other way. Into the zone. Brindley fires it. Rebound in front. And it goes wide. Down low now. Makar with the puck. Feeds it up to the point. His brother fires the puck. And it goes wide. Got to watch out. Both Makars here tonight. So, got to make sure I don't butcher anything. Here's Makar. A shot. Saved by Wall. Rebound is in his pads. And a shot there from Cale Makar. Denied by Wall, as we are getting plenty of chances here early in this Sunday matinee. And great opportunities here for both ends as well. Both goalies being tested here early. And again, these are two good teams. You knew that coming out of this would be a very interesting one. And we're already seeing the repercussions of that here tonight. Face-off coming up now in the Maple Leaf zone. There's Derek Lalonde talking to Robertson on the bench. Face-off won by the Maple Leafs. Morgan Riley will bank that one all the way back and out of play. And I don't believe that will be a penalty. I didn't see, must have deflected off the glass or something. In here for Toronto, a couple guys that you may not expect. Jacob Quillen is getting in here tonight for the Maple Leafs. Everything else is more or less the same. Morgan Riley now will bank this one all the way out to center. Picking it up then is Burns. Burns back over then and cleared all the way into the Maple Leaf zone. It's Joseph Wall who will bank that one around behind the net. Picked back up easily by Cowan. Racing it now through center. Quillen trying to get to that puck in time. Stolen back then by the Avalanche. And dumped all the way back into the Maple Leaf zone. And this will be an icing against Colorado. Showing off Brent Burns, one of the top players here and one of the oldest players in the league. Consecutive games in NHL history. Brent Burns finds himself at 975 games, has not missed a single game. By the end of this year, should be past Keith Yandel and up to 1,000 consecutive games played. He's only 25 away from becoming the second player to reach that milestone. The first, Phil Kessel, who is a former Maple Leaf as well. Here's Nyes now through center, dumps it into the Avalanche zone. Now Domi picks it up behind the net, battling forward with Burns. Domi up to the point. Robertson clears it down low. Racing forward is Matthews. Now Natchez gets to it first. In the corner, Josh Manson trying to break it free. Banked off the boards by McKinnon. Kept in then by McCabe. Matthews down low. Pass in front. And the Maple Leafs cannot convert. Blackwood gets the glove on it. Puck still loose. Matthews a shot. Saved by Blackwood. Played back to Domi. Domi at the point then to McCabe. McCabe over to Waugh. Waugh banks it off the boards down low in the corner. Now Nyes battling for it with Manson. Played back to center. Burns over then for the likes of Olofsson, who tried to clear it. Banks out to center. And the Leafs will get it back at center ice in their own zone. Ekman Larson plays it forward then. Trying to move that one is Scott Lawton, who has become a real fan favorite here in Toronto. Still really miss that guy in Philadelphia. Shots are 3-2, not 23-2. Here's Tavares now through center. Tavares comes down the right side, fires it on Blackwood. He may have got a piece on it, back up to the point. Maple Leafs kick it in. They'll clear it down low behind the net. Now Makar battling for it with Taze. At the point, Benoit shot. Saved there by Blackwood. Now Tavares looks, waits, feeds it up to the point. Benoit back over then to Stetcher, a shot. And that one goes wide of Blackwood. Here's Benoit now down low in the corner trying to get that puck free. Avalanche pick it up. It's Nelson who feeds it up to center. Racing for it then is Lehkonen, battling for it now with Stetcher. Troy Stetcher now will break it through center. Pass back up then for Tavares, who will get it over then for Benoit, who will dump it into the Avalanche zone. We got about 15 minutes to go here in this first period. Chances for both sides. It's a scoreless game so far. Tipped into the zone then by Makar. Carlo battling for it down low. Riley will clear it around then behind the net. Thrown back out to center. Here's Robertson with speed. Loops back around. Sends it down low. Waugh trying to pick it up. Avalanche get it back. And stolen back then quickly and through the zone now. Drury breaks it into the zone. Drops it back to Makar. He can't get it in time. Leafs steal it back. Waugh played to center. Brindley plays it down low then for Cale Makar. Makar here now in the Avalanche zone. Up then for Kiviranta. Kiviranta dumps it down low. Racing for it now is Parker Kelly. Playing it down low, trying to clear was Michelli up to the point. Shot, save, rebound on front on Wall. And he gets the cover. As the Avalanche's third line out here on the ice getting a couple chances. And again, already looking like a well-balanced game. Which is exactly what you want. Showing off Jared Bednar has the most wins in Avalanche history. 424 wins behind the bench as the Avalanche's head coach, Stanley Cup champion. He is alongside former Flyers and Kraken coach Dave Haxtell. Matthews versus Nelson now here in the Toronto zone. Won by the Avalanche. Moving to center is Malinsky. A shot. Saved by Wall. And does not give up any rebounds. So again, when these two teams played, it was a 4-3 overtime win for Toronto. And we are through about 6 minutes of play here in this first period, still scoreless. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you are brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. It shows up on more YouTube feeds. So be sure to like the stream down below. What are your guys' plans for this upcoming week? Tomorrow, I know what I'm doing. I'm shoveling snow. We do have a commentary tomorrow as well. It'll be Mammoth and Lightning. So Mammoth looking to extend their 9-game point streak and get it to double digits tomorrow against Tampa Bay. So we'll be live commentating that game. Sunbathing in Las Vegas. Lucky you. Rumor is Berube ran into Wall trying to get out of his contract. Yeah, I mean, you know what? That wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. To be completely honest with you, that would not be that crazy. Face-off coming here now in the Toronto zone. Not shoveling, but pay someone to shovel and plow. Hey, fair enough. But I'm a little kid, so kind of got to do it myself. I don't really have that big of an issue with it. Besides the fact that it's cold, it's fine. Showing off Craig Berube with his stitches at the top of his head. He looks absolutely brutal. And for those who are not big fans of stitches or anything like that, I would advise you to not look at Craig Berube's head, because that is a brutal sight. Here's a face-off in front. McKinnon shoots it wide. Down low now, McCabe takes it around now behind the net. Jake McCabe circles it around now. Pass to center. It's Ekman Larson back to Matthews. Stolen back then by the Avalanche. Nelson fires it. He scores! Brock Nelson on a turnover, rushing the other way. And the Avalanche take a 1-0 lead. Little voice crack there at the beginning. Brock Nelson on the Avalanche's 5th shot. He picks up his 25th goal of the season. And it's off of a turnover at the blue line of the Avalanche zone. And Nelson comes down right away the other way. And the Avalanche take the 1-0 lead. Brock Nelson, 25th goal of the year, assisted by the one and only Cale Makar. And they're looking in the net here. Can they not find the puck? Or there's something broken on the... Maybe the camera shattered. We'll see the replay here. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Yeah. Yeah, he broke the camera. Brock Nelson broke the camera in the net for that little net replay. No, Nylander is not playing today. Nylander is not in today. So they had to clean the camera there in the cage as they shattered the glass that's in front of it. So that'll have to get fixed in the intermission, most likely. And Brock Nelson shatters the camera, and the Avalanche lead 1-0. Colorado only one regulation loss this season when they score the first goal. Here's Brent Burns now off the boards, thrown back to Brock Nelson. Into the zone, Lorentz. Back over then for Carlo. Off the boards to center. Avalanche get it back. 3-on-2 into the zone. Drury pass to Kelly. A shot saved by Woll. Down low now, Drury. Back to Kelly. Drury clears it around now behind the net. Racing for it with speed is Kiviranta, who feeds it up to the point. Manson. Right side to Burns. A shot blocked. And now the Avs play it back up to the point. Drury gets it back down low. To Kelly, to Manson, a shot. And that one goes wide. Another chance. And that one goes up and out of play. Brock Nelson scored a goal in the first game these two teams played against each other. And in that game, Easton Cowan opened up the scoring. So it's a little bit of a different narrative here tonight. But Toronto, they've been in situations like this before. It's a matter of coming back from it. Overall, it's been a rough go of things here for the Maple Leafs. When you look at the full, broad position this season, could definitely be a lot better. Down low here now, Lehkonen gets knocked down in the corner. Maple Leafs trying to break it free. Avalanche get it here in the Toronto zone. It's Nichushkin who feeds it up to the point. Makar waits, fires it, tipped. And Woll still makes the save. And kept in, though, by the Avalanche. Nichushkin down low to Lehkonen. Lehkonen in front. They score! Brock Nelson again. His second of the night. Or I guess of the day, because it's literally only 2 o'clock. And the Avalanche take a 2-0 lead. And just like that, Brock Nelson has his 25th and 26th goal of the season. This time assisted by Lehkonen and Nichushkin. And Colorado has a 2-0 lead. From a nice angle there, too. On Nelson, who was almost at the goal line and still got that shot through. Nice. Brock Nelson, second of the night. Brock Nelson with his 5th and 6th goals in commentary streams. And the Avalanche jump off to a early 2-0 lead here in period number 1. Shots are 9-3. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. It is a triple header in terms of commentaries tonight. Down low in the corner now, trying to get that free is Matthews. Back off the boards, McCabe here in the Maple Leaf zone. Avalanche get it back. Makar shoots it now behind the net. Picked back up then by Domi here. Domi will feed a pass to center. Now Jake McCabe dumps it into the zone. Avalanche already with 10 shots, just 8 minutes into the game. Matthews down low up to the point. Domi to Riley, comes in, saved by Blackwood. Rebound was there in front, but Blackwood keeps it out. And good stop by Blackwood there. Berube was talking to his boys at the timeout. Shots are 10-4 in favor of Colorado. Face-off here in the Avalanche zone. It's Matthews versus McKinnon. Face-off won then by the Avalanche. Now Natchez will get it up then to Burns, who attempted to get it through center. Now here's McKinnon racing for it the other way. Drop back to McKinnon. Waits. Point then to Burns. Burns shoots it, tipped, and goes wide. Down low now, Nice. Clears to center. Manson played back down low to Burns. Burns over then for Natchez, who moves it through center. Cross-ice pass, backhanded into the Toronto zone. Now racing forward is Makar. His brother, that is. Now Robertson breaks it through center. 2-on-2 the other way. Gets it around Achon. Jack Achon gets in here tonight, if I believe I'm saying that correctly. Avalanche trying to move that one to center. Battling forward here on the right side. Cleared all the way to center. Makar with the puck, breaks it in back to Brindley. Brindley can't get it in time. Leafs steal it back. Robertson is broken up at center. Toronto does get it back, and they'll regroup here in their own end. I don't know if Toronto's broken, but definitely not a good start to this game, that's for sure. Dump down low here into the Colorado zone. Makar breaks it through center. Dumped into the zone. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Here's Morgan Riley now off the boards. Malinsky battling for it with Quillen. Trying to get that one free here in the Toronto zone. Lorentz will clear to center. Avalanche get it back. They will dump it down low. Morgan Riley off the boards here now. Try to clear that one around. Riley now down low to Carlo. Leafs get it back. Here's Riley now, who breaks it through center. Riley shoots it in then just wide of Blackwood, who gets it and covers it up as that one was dumped into the zone. So just over halfway through this first period, Brock Nelson with 2 goals already, and the Avalanche have a 2-0 lead here on the Maple Leafs on this Sunday matinee. Thank you all for tuning in. Like the stream down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Thank you all for tuning in. Avalanche already giving it to Toronto here. I'm really not that surprised. Following the Maple Leafs overtime winner about 2 weeks ago or so, I knew that Colorado was going to come out flying here in this one. I really wasn't expecting to do this game. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to do these games today just because of the fact that, you know, the storms obviously happened, but I wasn't really planning on doing these I was going to work today, but then we decided to get 100,000 inches of snow, so you know what? Whatever. It's fine. Still got about, just hit 2 p.m., still got about like 9 hours or so of it. Face off here now, won by the Avalanche, cleared to center. Carlo off the boards then for McMahon. Down low, Girard banks it off the boards. Tavares, down low, backhand, goes just wide of the Maple Leafs. Now off the boards, Manson will try and clear to center, Nichushkin. Back over then for Lawton. Down low now, Morgan Riley regroups with the puck. Through center, Tavares. Colorado trying to bank it off the boards. Nichushkin battling forward, and we get a whistle here at center, and I think a penalty is coming up. It may be against Colorado. What do I do for work? You grow weed? I work at a roller rink as my actual full-time job. So, Colorado penalty here. Looks like the Maple Leafs are going to get a chance to utilize their power play, which has been one of the best power plays in the NHL since the calendar year flipped over to 2026. And we will see them get the opportunity to get some cooking done. It's Arturi Lehkonen for slashing. Yeah, so a roller rink is like my part-time job, and then this is also my part-time job, I guess you could say. Face-off won by the Avalanche. They will clear back into the Toronto zone. Drop back then for Michelli. Michelli breaks it through center. Tavares down the right side. Down low in the corner. Losing the puck then is Burns. Behind the net then Matthews. Matthews to Nyes. Nyes to Riley. Riley to Michelli. Shoots it. Tipped in front. And goes wide then. Matthews gets it back to the point to Riley. Riley to Michelli. Michelli now goes below the goal line. Pass to Riley at the point. Riley to Michelli. Pass to center. And Nyes can't complete that play. Now Matthews gets it back. Matthews, who scored against the Avalanche the last time these two teams played. Riley is shot into the chest of Blackwood. No, I live in Pennsylvania. I live in the States. So not a Canada guy. Wouldn't mind maybe living in Canada at some point. It's probably better than here. Face off in the Colorado zone. It's cleared out of play, and I think a whistle is blown. Nearly halfway through the Toronto power play already. Avalanche PK, 84% success rate. Second in the NHL. Tavares now versus Nelson. Face-off won by the Leafs. Michelli back to Tavares. Tavares to the point to Riley. Riley to Matthews. Matthews to Riley at the point. Back to Matthews down low. Wraparound goes just wide of Blackwood. Now Michelli battling for it. Stolen back by the Avalanche. Here they come. Kiviranta to Nelson. Shoots it. And it goes up and out of play. Brock Nelson looking very, very active out there. Keep an eye out for him. Nice. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Bank down low here into the Toronto zone. It's Oliver Ekman-Larsson who will break it now through center. 35 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Domi. Through center. Poke checked away then by the Avalanche. Still kept in the zone though. Down low, Cowan to Domi. Domi gets tripped. Michelli takes it back. Down low, Domi. Domi to the point to Robertson. Robertson to Domi. Domi to Cowan. Back to Domi to Cowan at the point. Cowan to OEL, who doesn't get the shot on. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Ekman-Larsson. Back to Domi at the point. OEL intercepted by the Avalanche. Racing forward with speed now is Makar. He gets it free. Cale Makar into the zone. Fires it. Saved by Wall. Rebounds there in front. And Drury nearly got a chance on. Power play is over. Pass to center. Intercepted by the Leafs. Here's McCabe. Back to Domi. Domi cross-ice pass to nobody. And the Avalanche get it back. Here's Brent Burns now trying to break that one through the neutral zone. Maple Leafs get it back off the boards. Riley cleared all the way back into the Avalanche zone. Manson clears it all the way out to center. Manson racing for that puck. He'll battle for it alongside McCabe. Yeah, a lot of Amish people, but that's where Nick Kurtz came from. Nick Kurtz, Rookie of the Year in the AL and the MLB. One of my favorite baseball players. Cleared back into the Toronto zone. Down low, Avalanche here in their own end. Manson back to Burns. Banks it out to center, back into the Toronto end. Sorry, I meant Colorado end when I said Toronto end. From Boston, live in Maine. Cool. Michelli to center now. Malinsky takes it back. Will backhand it into the Toronto zone. Off the board, Stetcher to Riley. Back over then for Cowan. Cowan through center, dumps it down low. Racing for it with speed is Michelli. Trying to get that puck free then in the corner. Throws it down low, pass in front. And Benoit can't get that one away. Cleared around now behind the net. Michelli down the right side, pass to the point to Benoit. Shoots it, and it goes wide of Blackwood. Michelli then down low. Michelli back to Cowan, over to Benoit. Can't get that puck in his stick. Now broken off the boards by Nelson, who attempts to break it to center. Here through the zone now, it's Brindley back to Nelson. Nelson waits, pass down low, and they can't convert. It was Taylor Makar who nearly got this first NHL goal, but it did not go that way. Brindley fed to center. Michelli takes it back then for Toronto. Michelli clears it back into the Avalanche zone. Now it's Samuel Girard with 5 minutes to go in the opening period. Girard off the boards then to Makar. Makar will break it through center. Maple Leafs get it back. It's Matthews off the boards. Dumped down low then into the Colorado zone. Drury trying to poke, check it ahead. Shot there by Domi, goes wide. Now off the boards here, it's Drury. Played back to center. Here's Cale Makar. Makar with speed. He's got Brindley. Back to Brindley. Fires it into the chest of Woll. Shots are 13-7 here in favor of Colorado. And they have the 2-goal lead here in the opening frame. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Oh my gosh. We'll be live later tonight for Senators Golden Knights, followed by Ducks and Flames. All right, just got the starting goalies for later tonight. Looks like it'll be James Reimer versus Schmid. And Lucas Dostal versus Dustin Wolf. All right. Face-off coming up here in a moment in the Toronto zone. It's one back then by the Avalanche. Burns a shot, goes off the skate and back to center. Burns banks it off the boards down low. McMahon trying to get it back. Stolen back by Marty Necas. Necas loops it around now behind the net. Played back to center. Burns. Stolen back then by Lorentz. Down low now McCabe. Played forward then as Toronto looks for options. Dumped in down low then by McCabe. Off the boards, McMahon battling for it down low with Malinsky. McCabe to Tavares. Tavares here in the corner. Tavares throws to center. Lawton can't get the shot on. Now McKinnon will battle for it down low. Broken up to center. Here's Marty Necas. Necas cross-ice pass to Malinsky. To Necas into the zone. Down low behind the net. McKinnon tried getting that puck. Stolen back then by Riley. Riley up to McMahon. McMahon to center. Malinsky played back then to Manson. Manson breaks it through center. Dekes in. Gets tripped. And that'll be a penalty. And that's a stretch of a call. If I say so myself, that's a bit interesting, but okay. Simone Benoit will go to the box. And the Avalanche, whose power play has been surprisingly weak, or weaker than what expected. And the Avalanche will get their first man advantage of the game here tonight. It's Benoit for tripping. Face-off now in the Toronto zone. It's Lawton versus Nelson. Face-off won by Colorado. Makar to Olofsson, a shot. And that one goes wide. McKinnon then to center. Lorentz takes it back. He will clear all the way back into the Avalanche zone. Down low now, Makar. Drops it back then to Necas. Necas breaks it through center. Pass back down low then for Olofsson. Olofsson behind the net. Leafs get it back. They will attempt to clear up to the point then. McKenna keeps it in. Makar at the point. Down low. Necas to McKinnon. To Necas. Necas to Makar. Makar to Necas. Can't get it on his skate properly, and the Maple Leafs will clear. As the puck just slipped away from Marty Necas there. Here's a puck drop back. Waugh nearly went on a 1-on-0 breakaway, but McKinnon steals it back. Here he comes through center. Nathan McKinnon to Nelson. Nelson to Makar. Makar to Nelson. Nelson looks for options now. Makar to the point. Makar to McKinnon. McKinnon skates in. Drop back. Makar waits. McKinnon. 40 seconds to go. Shot on is blocked. Nichushkin then for Nelson. Nelson up to Makar. Makar to McKinnon. McKinnon waits, shoots it. Save, rebound in front. Cleared back around them behind the net. Nelson gets it back down low. Nelson to the point to Makar. Makar dekes in, down low. Nichushkin to Makar, save, rebound in front, jabbing at Wall, and he keeps it out. Joseph Wall back-to-back saves as Valerie Nichushkin swore he had a power play goal, but it did not go that way. Wow. Great look by Cale Makar to come in there and take that shot. And that was at least 2 or 3 chances there on Joseph Wall that Nichushkin had. But nevertheless, Avalanche could not convert. Face off here now in the Toronto zone. It's one back then by the Avalanche. Burns' a shot is blocked. Now McKay breaks it through center. Here's Scott Lawton trying to get that puck. Lawton, a backhand. Saved by Blackwood. Shorthanded as the power play will come to a close. 5 seconds left. And a penalty kill once again by the Maple Leafs that they survive. Here's Brent Burns now down low. Burns will dump it through center. Down low in the corner now it's Ekman Larson. Off the boards now Malinsky here at the point. Malinsky comes into the zone, shoots it, gloved by Joseph Woll. Joseph Woll, what a big glove save there, and definitely been the Maple Leafs MVP, nearly with 20 saves here in this first period already. And we're only about 18 minutes in or so. Time winding down here in the first. Coming up on the final minute of play. Down low now in the corner, trying to play that one behind the net. Robertson picks it up. Tries to clear to center. They'll get it there successfully. Girard then off the boards to Kiviranta. Dump down low now. Parker Kelly racing for it. Benoit clears it around behind the net. Played back to center. Kiviranta comes into the zone. Moves to center. Fires it. Saved by Woll. Down low in the corner now. 30 seconds to go. Kelly battling for it. Back for Tavares down low. Off the boards now it's Bobby McMahon. McMahon breaks it through center. Will backhand that one down low into the Avalanche zone. Now Girard picks it up. Samuel Girard backhands it all the way into the Maple Leaf zone. That'll be an icing. 14.2 seconds on the clock. The Avalanche have 18 shots on goal compared to the Maple Leafs 6. It's been a well-played game here by the Avalanche, and arguably even better game by Joseph Woll, despite allowing 2 goals. Yeah, he's played awesome here tonight. 14 seconds left. Face-off one in the Colorado zone. Avs will clear out all the way into the Toronto zone. 5 seconds left to play. Riley holds it down low. Back to Domi. And that will do it for the first. A really well-played first period by the Colorado Avalanche. 2 goals from Brock Nelson. 18 shots total. And the Avalanche doing what they do best. They have a 2-goal lead here after 20 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for the start of the second period momentarily. Appreciate all you guys for tuning into the commentary here. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. As for JJ, if he's still in the chat, almost Monday. Sad to say. What's up, David? I know, it's been a really lopsided game here for the Avalanche so far. 2 goals from Brock Nelson. Circles it around now, Pat. Ekman Larson back to Matt. Going back then by the... He scores! Nelson fires it. Then by the Avalanche. Nelson fires it. Going back then by the Avalanche. Nelson fires it. He scores! Brock Nelson on a turnover, rushing the other way. All right. And the Avalanche take a 1-0 lead. So Brock Nelson with 2 goals in that first period. Cale Makar, Arturi Lehkonen, and Valeri Nichushkin with assists. Two nothing. Colorado. All right.
I say 3-1 for the Maple Leafs this week in the games they will play. I say we win against Minnesota.
Thanks for the play-by-play. Do best job on YouTube. I'm gonna go watch your Pats. Yep. Thank you, Rocknor. Have a fun game, bro. See ya. Avs are super hungry, but the Avs needed some adversity to get back focused. Yeah, a loss on Friday against the Flyers in their home barn. Allowing 7 goals, not pretty, but hey, you're not going to win every game. Not every game is going to go the way that you expect them to. So on the bright side, the Avalanche bouncing back here in Toronto. The Maple Leafs looking to get back into the win column. Since that overtime win, the Leafs only have 1 win, and they've lost their last 3 since the last time these two teams played each other. Colorado 2-0 lead over Toronto through 20 minutes of play. Snowy day here in Canada and overall all over the East Coast. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try my best to do what I do. Keep on grinding, putting in the work. All right. Just waiting here in the intermission now, guys. Still snowing outside. Looks like it's sleeting now. It's actually getting a little bit warmer. Still says it'll stop around 11 p.m. So still got about like 8.5 hours of this. But as time goes on further and further, closer and closer to sunny skies and summer, which I am pretty much just about ready for, if I'm being honest with you guys. All right. All-time watch with Nordic score sheet is done. Oh my gosh. All right, now we just take a little bit of a chill pill, hang out here for a couple more minutes as we got about 10 minutes till the start of the second. So, hope everybody's having a great weekend. Oh my gosh. Last night was one of the best commentaries all season, probably ever, honestly. Last night was great. Caps Oilers, Evan Bouchard, 6 points. He became the first player ever in Watch with Nordic live commentary history to score 6 points in a single commentary stream. It's nuts. Oh my gosh. Now they're showing on the fly. All right. Wish I could have did that Boston Montreal game. That was a good game. Sorry, guys. Just watching the highlights here of Boston Montreal. Cole Caulfield hat trick. Absolutely nuts how America left them off their. I don't even want to talk about it. How the United States left them off their feed. Left them off their team. I said anything but team. When I'm distracted, I say that. But Frazier Minton, game-winning goal. We'll be live for the Stadium Series on February 1st, where the Bruins are taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. So stay tuned for that. That will come exactly 1 week from now, live from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. It's the first time we are live streaming a Stadium Series. So looking forward to that as well. All right. Still says we got about 3 minutes or so till the start of the third or second, so we are almost there, guys. Don't go away. Don't you dare go away. Oh. Water tastes good. All right, third period coming up in just a moment, guys. So stay tuned here for period number 2. 2 goals by the Avalanche in that opening frame. What's up, Aaron? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Hope you're staying warm on these during these crazy days. Crazy snowstorms going on. Looks like it's just a lot of sleet outside right now. Starting to get a little bit warmer. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of the second period here between the Colorado Avalanche and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Brock Nelson and only Brock Nelson, as the Avalanche with a 2-0 lead. Stats through 20 here. Shots are 18-6 Colorado. Face-off percentage 55% in favor of the Maple Leafs. Both teams with 1 power play, neither connected. Hits are 11-7 Toronto. Block shots 7-1 Toronto. As we get ready for the start of period number 2 here in the matter of seconds. Avalanche with a 2-0 lead. Goal leaders since November 22nd. Brock Nelson tied with Nathan MacKinnon, Steven Stamkos, and Zach Hyman. And it's been unbelievable here for the Colorado Avalanche. Period number 2 between the Avalanche and the Maple Leafs is underway. Faceoff is won back then by the Maple Leafs. They will dump it here into the Colorado zone. Now McCarr played forward, then stolen back then by Matthews. A shot on net goes just wide. Now down low, McCarr picks it back up. Here's Cale Makar now through center, comes in, pass back over to McKinnon, intercepted down low now behind the net. As they've changed up the shots, they're 17-6. Took a shot off of Colorado. Sure they'll gain it right back though. Here's Domi to center. Max Domi here drops it back out of the zone. Played back then by the Maple Leafs down low. Morgan Rielly. Over then for Troy Stecher. Stecher to Rielly. Rielly dumps it into the zone. Glove save by Blackwood, who will keep it and cover. Leafs finally get their 7th shot of the game. Showing off Nathan MacKinnon. You look at the players selected to the Olympic roster here by each respective side. The Avalanche with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different players going to the Olympics. Toronto with surprisingly only 3 guys who will be heading to the Olympics. Face off here now in the Colorado zone. Cleared back over to center. Nelson to Lehkonen. Lehkonen shoots it. Saved by Woll, who denies any rebound. Avalanche are undefeated in regulation when leading after the first period. Maple Leafs are 6-9 when trailing after 20 minutes of play. So we'll see if those narratives stay the same. Face-off coming here now in the Toronto zone. It's one down low now behind the net by the Maple Leafs. Benoit here in the corner, banks it off the boards. Picked back up then by Tavares, who will clear it to center. Stolen back then by the Leafs. Backhanded all the way into the Colorado zone. Now Josh Manson here behind the net gets knocked off the puck by McMahon. Nelson down low in the corner, over then for Valeri Nichushkin, who will break it through center. Pass back over to Lehkonen. Lehkonen cross-ice pass to Tavares. Tavares gets it through the neutral zone here, dumps it down low. Now Burns will clear it around behind the net. Gavin Brindley fighting for it then with Tavares. Back to McMahon, a shot save. Rebound on Blackwood, and both are denied. Trying to throw a centering pass. It was blocked. Avalanche pick it back up. They will bank it all the way to center. And Brindley goes offsides, entering the Toronto zone. A little tired. Anybody else tired? Face-off coming here now at center ice. Cleared around now behind the net. Taken back by Robertson, who will clear it to center. Avalanche try to dump it back down low now. Stecher picks it up, tries to move it to center. Robertson over then for Michelli, who dumps it down low into the zone. Robertson now back to Brindley. Brindley to center. Drury centering pass then for Rashawn, who dumps it down low, or at least tries to. Taken back then by the Leafs. Here's Rielly now through center. We'll dump that one into the zone. Taking a break from shoveling. Well, I haven't started yet, Glenn. We're just going to kind of wait for it to all go, and then we'll shovel tomorrow. Avalanche now break it through center. Cleared all the way back into the Toronto zone. Here's Jake McCabe with the puck. Lorentz up then for Quillen. Brent Burns picks it back up now behind the Colorado net. Burns gets it to center, intercepted then by Toronto. Played back down low by Carlo. Into the zone now. Manson takes it back to center. Now Kiviranta as the puck slides all the way down low. Carlo now behind the net. Nichushkin trying to play that one away. Easton Cowan trying to get it back. Down low now McKinnon. McKinnon hit off then by Carlo. Benoit will clear to center, or at least try to. Nichushkin trying to keep that one in. The Avalanche have been the better team here so far tonight. They lead 2-0. Down low now, Olofsson in front, saved by Woll. Rebound was kicked away, cleared to center. Now Cowan. Stolen back then by Colorado. Here's Olofsson then back to Natchez. Natchez to McKinnon. McKinnon. Down low now, trying to feed a puck up to the point. McKinnon gets it back to center. Pass down low, a shot. Saved by Woll. Puck's in the crease. And take it back then by Toronto, who breaks it through center. Racing for it now with speed is Nyes. Nyes in the corner, trying to throw a centering pass. Back to McKinnon. I'm looking forward to both games next weekend for the Royals. It should be fun. Looking forward to being back in the arena. And we better enjoy it because that'll be like the last weekend until the end of February where the Royals are at home. Avalanche now have 20 shots here in this game tonight. Joseph Woll, 18 saves, not even halfway through this second period. Here's Girard now battling for it with Scott Lawton, thrown back to center, and Domi will dump a puck into the Avalanche zone. Nelson battling for it with Tavares, banked off the boards by Manson. Nichushkin tried to feed a centering pass, then off for Bobby McMahon, who dumps it down low. Puck will slide just wide of Blackwood. He will decide to cover. And forcing a face-off here in the Avalanche end. Shots 29 in favor of the Avalanche. Yeah, big win last night. My boy Jack Page scored. It's good to see the Royals get a win on the road. That's the first win on the road for the Royals in over 2 months. So I was very satisfied with that, 100%. Face-off here now in the Avalanche zone. Cleared all the way out to center. And a whistle is blown here as hand pass is the call. I was a little confused there for a second. I'm like, what penalty are we calling? Puck is dumped all the way down low here into the Toronto zone. Trying to get it free then on the right side is Waugh. Cleared to center. Here's Michelli. Through the zone. Matias Michelli fires it. Saved by Blackwood. Rebound was there down low. Leafs get it back. Michelli to the point. Coming in, Stetcher. Moves to center. Fires it. Saved by Blackwood. Rebounds there in front. Jabbing at it was Michelli, and they can't get it through. Yeah, you need those 2 points against Greensboro. Hopefully they can get them. Cleared all the way back into the Toronto zone. Picking it up then down low is Stetcher. Dumps it around now behind the net. Backhanded into the Colorado zone. Natchez battling for it now with Matthews. Marty Natchez brings it through center. Olofsson into the zone. Drops it down low then behind the net. Now Jake McCabe plays it forward then to Matthews. Matthews to McCabe. McCabe over to Domi. Domi to Matthews in front. Saved by Blackwood. And picked back up then by Natchez. Avalanche race it through center. 2-on-1. Natchez into the zone. Waits. Fires it. Blocked. And Marty Natchez was turned away. Gaining the red line. Maple Leafs will dump it into the zone. Through center now, it's McKinnon. McKinnon brings it in. Pass up to the point. Makar comes through. Fires it. And it goes wide of Woll. At the point now, McKinnon to the point to Girard. Shoots it into the glove. And Woll makes the save. Joseph Woll had to be sharp tonight. He's allowed 2 goals, but overall has played very well. Avalanche lead the Leafs 2-0. Just about 7 minutes into the second. And again, as always, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. As always, if you're new to the channel, subscribe down below. if you are new. I appreciate all your support here throughout all of these live commentary streams. All right. 2-0 Colorado here still. You take a look at these two goaltender stats in live commentary streams. Mackenzie Blackwood playing in his 9th commentary tonight. Has a 5-3 record. A 2.5 goals against average. A .903 save percentage. He has a shutout in there as well. Joseph Woll also playing in his 9th commentary stream. Has a 4-2-1 record, a 3.38, and an .883 save percentage. He finds himself 53rd out of 82 goaltenders looking to improve that save percentage here tonight, potentially with a win. Fun stats to look at there, of course, as the Avalanche have a 2-0 lead. There's a post-game show on Saturday this week or next weekend. Great question. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. I should be able to. We weren't able to go to the last two because my girlfriend was sick both times, I think. Actually, no, I think the one time I had a lot of work to do with school, and then the other time was my girlfriend was sick. But I think we'll be able to go to the next one. In the Toronto zone here now, Maple Leafs will play it back to center. Now Colorado regroups here in their own end as Nichushkin banks it off the boards to Nelson. Try to clear that one down low. It's Lawton who will bank it out to center. Girard played back down low, stolen back by Robertson. Robertson to center. Intercepted then by Colorado, taken back into the Toronto zone. It's Oliver Ekman-Larsson who regroups. OEL through center. Into the zone now, banked off the boards. Here they come through the zone now, Drury. Drury down the right side, loops it back around, trying to throw a centering pass. Taken back then by Toronto. Tavares off the boards. And Lorentz can't get that in time. It's another icing against the Maple Leafs. Take a look at the goalie stats here tonight. See Blackwood, 13 saves on 13 shots. Has been perfect so far. Joseph Woll had to make 20 saves on 22 shots, writing a .909 save percentage here tonight. Anthony Stolarz backing up Joseph Woll. And on the other side for Colorado being called up here tonight is Isaac Posh, who has never played an NHL game. Into the zone now, Avalanche take it back behind the net. Then Natchez throws a centering pass. Olofsson could not complete. Maple Leafs get it back. They will clear it out to center. Now the Avs battle for that puck. McKinnon played back then to Burns. Burns off the boards. Domi over then for Nyes. Nyes breaks it through center. Loops back around. Looks for options. Just backhands it now down low. Burns behind the net then to Matthews. Matthews intercepted then by Kelly, who will backhand it all the way out to center. Racing for it then is McKinnon. Stolen back by Carlo, who banks it off the boards, and puck goes out of play. Well, about 9 minutes into this second period, I did see Stolarz doing that. Yeah, I did see that. Face off here in the Toronto zone. Kelly versus Lawton. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Face-off is won back down low then by Morgan Riley. Cleared around now behind the net. Wah. Down low to Riley. Riley off the boards here as the Maple Leafs move it back the other way. Now Wah. Cleared into the zone. Back to center. Kelly tries dumping it down low. Bardakov will dump that one into the Toronto zone. Riley battling for it down low in the corner alongside him. Trying to get that puck free as Wah. Banked off the boards and attempted to go to center. Riley battling for it then down low in the corner alongside Bardakov as, again, trying to get that puck free. Finally, they get it. Stetcher clears all the way out to center. It'll slide into the Avalanche zone. Now Girard picks it up down low. Approaching the halfway mark of the game and halfway mark of the period into the zone. Now Nelson chipped above Lehkonen. Now Manson plays it up to the point. Here's a shot saved by Wall. And the Avalanche keep their pressure going here in this second period. Over halfway through the game. Avalanche still lead by 2. Thank you all for tuning in as always. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Trying to get to 5K subscribers. We're nearly at 4,400. We're about 65 or 35 subscribers away from that. So thank you all so much for your ever-continuing support here on all of the commentary streams this season. All right. Colorado still leading 2-0 here in period number 2. What's up, Big Jam? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day so far. Welcome to the commentary. Avalanche with a 2-0 lead here on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Taking a look at Scott Wedgwood and Mackenzie Blackwood. Wedgwood tonight out of the lineup and has been phenomenal this season. Blackwood is the same, both of them with 2 shutouts. And they've been a very integral part in why the Avalanche have been as good as they've been. Obviously, you look at McKinnon and Makar, but I don't really know if the Avalanche could be doing all they're doing without those guys. And Blackwood and Wedgwood, they've been the real wood of this team. You don't have to laugh, don't worry. Thank you, Big Jam. I appreciate it. Cleared back around now behind the net. Michelli tries to bank it out to center. Avs will race for that puck on the right side. Cleared back down low into the Colorado zone. Off the boards then is Lehkonen trying to get it back to center. Played down low now. Maple Leafs get it back. They will dump it down low. Valeri Nichushkin now behind the net. Avalanche get it back. They will clear to center. Nichushkin through the zone. Circles back around. Cross ice pass to the point. Coming in then Achon. Shoots it. And that one goes just wide of the net. At the point then, shot is saved by Woll. Banked off the boards then by Toronto. They try and break it to center. Down low now, Makar battling for it behind the net. Maple Leafs get it back to center. Matthews dumps it into the Colorado zone. Shots are 24-13. Makar now behind the net. Played back down low. Olofsson battling for it then with a Maple Leaf. It's banked up to the point. Carlo a shot. Goes off of Blackwood and wide. Kept in the zone, though, by Max Domi. Domi, poke checked away. Here come the Avs the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Makar into the zone. Drops it back. Now Nate is battling for it with Carlo. Cleared down low then by Domi. Off the boards. Maple Leafs got it. They'll break it through center. Matthews. Pass back. Domi down low. Pass to center. Is intercepted then. McCabe down low to Matthews. Back to Domi in the corner. Being tied up by the Avalanche. Now McCabe. Backhands it down low behind the net to Olofsson, who tries to get it there off the boards. Nyes in front. Saved by Blackwood on Matthews. Maple Leafs starting to pick up a couple more chances here. Cleared back down low then. Nyes. Intercepted by Natchez, who will shoot it all the way back into the Toronto zone. Now Troy Stetcher. Right side then for Morgan Riley. Cleared all the way back into Blackwood, who makes the save in his chest with just under 8 minutes to go in the second period. Thank you all for tuning in as always. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Yep, McKinnon on Team Canada. Shots are 24-17. As the Leafs are starting to get their fair share of pressure. Here's Lawton, played back down low then for Cowan. Cowan try to move it to center. Avalanche get it back. They will dump it down low here into the Maple Leaf zone. Now Wall clears it around behind the net. Colorado trying to get it back here in the corner. It's Brindley battling for it now with Riley. Taken back then by the Avs. Drury to the point. Manson a shot. And it was blocked in front. Now Riley will get it out to center. Here come the Leafs the other way. Through the zone now. Shot on is gloved by Blackwood as Manson nearly runs into him. And Blackwood decides to cover up. Shots 25-18. Really well played hockey game here tonight. Colorado with a 2-goal lead. No goals in this middle frame. Both goalies have been perfect. Shots in this second period are 12-8 Toronto. So Maple Leafs having a much better period than the last. Avalanche, 9-12 team save percentage, highest in the NHL. They've had Trent Miner come up here and play some games. Has been productive for them in light of some of their goaltender injuries. Scott Wedgwood was off to a really good start this year as well. Down low now, Tavares trying to play the puck to center. Kiviranta battling for it then with Michelli. Tavares trying to get that puck free. Clear down low then Makar will bank it off the boards all the way back to center. Now over then Benoit. Centering pass then to Tavares. Stolen back then by the Avalanche. It's Kelly who dumps it into the Toronto zone. It's Wall now down low for Waugh. Through center, Benoit. Into the zone now, McMahon. Stolen back then by the Avalanche. Malinsky breaks it through center. Malinsky down into the zone. Malinsky waits. Asserts his options up to the point. Gerard pass over. And it goes wide. A big chance there from, I think that was Lehkonen. Nichushkin down low. Valeri Nichushkin tried to feed it up. Stolen back then by the Maple Leafs. McMahon kicks it to his feet. Tried to throw a pass up then for Nyes. Avalanche intercepted immediately. And it's cleared all the way back down into the Toronto zone. Avalanche got a back shot there. Saved by Wall. Matthews plays it back up. Cleared all the way down into the Toronto zone. Now Samuel Girard with 5:25 left to go here in the second period. Girard shoots it around then behind Wall. Natchez tried to throw a centering pass. Leafs get it back. Playing it through the neutral zone now. Scott Lawton dumps it down low. Waugh. Behind the net now. Behind the net then for Lawton. Point then for Girard, stolen back by the Avalanche. 2-on-1 the other way. It's McKinnon with Natchez. McKinnon skates in, shoots it. Save, rebounds in front. It stays out. Joseph Woll with a huge save. They're on the top scorer for the Avalanche, Nathan McKinnon. And Joseph Woll, who has had to face a lot of shots tonight, he's been perfect in this second period. And on this Sunday matinee, a phenomenal hockey game here tonight. Colorado leads by 2. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. Oh my God. Stretching the body real quick. All right. A little under 5 minutes to go here in the middle frame. Avalanche still up by 2 apiece. Here in this second period, Nelson with 2 goals. And a good play there by Nathan McKinnon with a rush down the other way with Natchez. Nearly beat Joseph Woll, but Woll's played phenomenal here tonight. And so far, no goals in this middle frame. Face-off coming up here now in the Toronto zone. And off the draw, one back then by the Leafs. McCabe now down low for Waugh. Waugh to McCabe. McCabe banks it through center. Now Lawton off the boards. Lorentz. Through the zone, Waugh. Intercepted then by McKinnon. Try to dump that one down low. They get it back. Here's Waugh at the point. Drops it back now behind the net. Trying to get that one free. It's Burns off the boards. McKinnon back over then for Lorentz. Up top, down low. Waugh to center. Trying to jab at that puck. Stolen back then by the Avalanche, who will come back and regroup through center. Here's Makar on a breakaway. Comes in. He's interfered with. That's a penalty. Cale Makar came in on a 1-0 breakaway. Was interfered with by Brandon Carlo. Sometimes that's the play you have to make. But it will come at the cost of a penalty. And the Avalanche will head to the power play for the second time tonight. It'll be Brandon Carlo, 2 minutes for holding. Just put some money on Colorado. Ooh, nice. Yeah, Colorado playing very well. They should win this game unless Toronto has a late comeback in them. Face-off coming here now in the Toronto zone. Power play for the Avalanche. Face-off won by the Leafs, who attempt to clear. Nelson trying to throw a pass to center. Puck slides in on Woll, who makes the save and covers her up. Brock Nelson out there on the ice. 4 minutes to go here in the middle frame. Avalanche still with a man advantage. Face-off won by Colorado. They'll set up. Makar to McKinnon. McKinnon down low. Nathan McKinnon up to the point to Makar. Makar fires it into the chest of Woll. Shot save, rebounds in front, and cleared back to center. Leafs will backhand it all the way down the other way. Now Blackwood here will give it up then for Makar. Makar will break it through center. Pass back to Natchez. Natchez drops it back then to McKinnon. McKinnon at the point. Nelson down low. Battling for it then in the corner here, trying to get that puck free. And still jabbing at it down low here in the corner. Shots are 28-18. Halfway through the power play. Puck is still tied up in the corner. Finally, it's played back up to the point. Makar to McKinnon. McKinnon. Down low now behind the net. McKinnon being tied up then by a Maple Leaf defender. Now Natchez gets it back, stolen back by the Maple Leafs. Here's Matthews. Matthews short-handed break. Pass back to Watts. Kicked with a stick back into the Toronto zone. Leafs get it. They will dump all the way back into the zone. Racing forward speed now short-handed to Steve Lorentz. Lorentz down low trying to play that puck. Here in the corner now with it is Makar. Played back down low then for McKinnon. McKinnon breaks it through center. Nichushkin into the zone. Down below the goal line. Banks it off the boards, then up to the point. Burns. Back to Nelson. Nelson down low. Nelson to Burns, a shot. Save. Rebounds in front. Jabbing at that puck. And they can't get that rebound there as the power play comes to a close. Another good kill by the Maple Leafs. No power play goals tonight. 2 minutes remaining here in the second period. Nichushkin. Pass to center. Lehkonen comes in. Back over then. Fed up to the point. Malinsky. Cleared down low then for Ekman Larson. Off the boards, Nichushkin tries to throw a centering pass. Taken back then by McMahon, who will backhand it all the way into the Colorado zone. Now Burns clears it down low. Puck will come out to center. Drury brings it in. Broken up then by Bobby McMahon. McMahon off the boards for Stetcher. Stetcher to Waugh. Approaching the last minute of play here in the middle frame. Down low now, Maple Leafs hold it in the zone. Malinsky tries to clear to center. McMahon battling for it. Sam Malinsky. Back over then for Girard. Girard to Kiviranta. Through center now, Kelly. To Drury. Drury shoots it. He scores! Jack Drury gets that one from the side. And the Avalanche take a 3-0 lead. I already talked about Isaac, but hasn't played in the NHL yet this year. Called up for Colorado. We'll see if he gets into one here before Wedgwood comes back. But Jack Drury assisted by Parker Kelly and Joe Kiviranta near the final minute of play. And on the 30th shot of the game, the Avalanche lead 3-0. Just been another great performance here. Here's Domi to Carlo. Shoots it down low into the corner. McCabe behind the net. Pass to center. Last minute of play here in the second period. Domi clears it down low. Domi now in the corner. McKinnon back to Manson. Intercepted then by Sam Girard. Girard will dump it here in the Toronto zone. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Through center, Carlo. Dumps it into the zone. Banked out to center then. It's Stetcher. Stolen back then by Manson. 3-on-2 now into the zone. Manson will backhand it down low. Played back for Morgan Riley here in the corner as 10 seconds remain. Time will tick down. At the point now, cleared down low into the zone. 2 seconds and 1. That will do it for the middle frame. End of 40 here in Toronto. A late goal by Jack Drury makes it a 3-0 lead for the Avalanche heading into the final period of play in just a little bit. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of the third period momentarily. As always, thank you all for tuning in. Patriots game just started. We'll see if Drake May can get his boys to the finals. Or I guess the Super Bowl. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. What are your guys' NFL predictions? You got Rams, Seahawks, and Patriots, Broncos. What do we think? Who's going to win those games? As I update the all-time score sheet here. That is Jack Jury's first goal in a commentary stream, unless he had one with Carolina, which is, I guess, possible, actually. Nah, it's his second, actually. I stand corrected. His first with Colorado. Heard Nathan McKinnon's kind of cocky. Maybe. I mean, I don't really know. I'm not in the locker room with him, but it's possible. He seems like a guy who is always locked in and has a really great mentality. So I don't know if I'd call it cocky, but you know, what do I know? I'm not in the locker room. So oh my gosh. All right. Hang out here for a couple minutes before we start off with the third. So it's about like 15 minutes or so. So we'll chill out here for a little bit. You guys have any questions you want to ask? Be sure to comment them down below. Colorado 3-0 lead. Shots are 31-19 in favor of the Avalanche. Here in the second intermission. All right. About 10 minutes till the start of the third, guys. Oh, gosh. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. All right. Oh, just a little chill. Second intermission here for you guys. Jesus. Lightning had... Blue Jackets had 5 goals on 20 shots. All right. 8-5 Jackets win last night. Wow. While we're at it, let's preview the other scores around the NHL. Plenty of other games going on here today. Obviously, this 1:30 matinee. Devils and Kraken just kick-started here today as well. Also, then on the later slate, you have Golden Knights and Senators will be live for that. Penguins and Canucks. Panthers and Blackhawks. And then Ducks and Flames in this 6-game Saturday. We'll be live tomorrow for Mammoth and Lightning. That will be live from Tampa Bay. So another fun commentary coming later tonight. So stay tuned for that for those who are looking forward to it. Plenty of other interesting games tomorrow as well. Bruins Rangers, Islanders Flyers, Kings Blue Jackets, and then Ducks Oilers as well is the other game on the slate tonight. Or tomorrow. Not tonight, tomorrow. Says about 2 minutes till the start of the third period, so everybody stick around. Third period coming up in just a moment. Yeah, I know. Bouchard, 6 points last night. It was absolutely nuts. It was probably one of the best games we've commentated all season. By the way, we just crossed over the 1,000 view mark here on this commentary. Thank you all very much for your support. I really appreciate it. All right, waiting for the beginning of period number 3. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of period number 2 between the Colorado Avalanche and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Second period recap, only one goal in that middle frame. It was scored by Jack Drury to give the Avalanche a 3-0 lead through 40 minutes of play. Your stats through 40. Shots are 31-19 Colorado. Face-off percentage 58% in favor of Toronto. Power plays, Avalanche have had 2. They've converted on none of them. Maple Leafs had just the one in that first period. They cannot convert on it either. Getting the hiccups here. Hits are 19-12 Toronto. Block shots 8-4 Toronto. Giveaways are 12-11 Colorado. And takeaways are 7-4 in favor of Toronto. As we get ready for the start of period number 3 here in just a moment. Colorado riding a really good game here heading into this third. We will see if they can convert and get at the 2 points here when it's all said and done. Here we go. Period number 3 is underway. Face-off won by Toronto here now. They'll play it in their own zone. Dumped back into the Colorado end. Now Malinsky trying to bank that one through center. Down low in the corner now. McKinnon trying to pick that puck back up. Off the boards to the point. Olofsson to Cale Makar now, who breaks it through center. Makar waits. At the point, fires it down low. It goes wide. Back up top then, Olofsson for Makar. Makar to McKinnon. Cross-ice pass to Malinsky. Malinsky to McKinnon. Fires it, blocked. As it slides back into the corner now, Domi battling for it. Puck goes up in the air. Leafs get it back. Here's a 2-on-1 the other way. It's McCabe with McMahon. McMahon a backhand save. Rebound is in front. And it goes wide. Natchez now off the boards. Clears it to center. Nelson over then for Lehkonen. A shot. Save. Rebounds in front. Just wide. As Marty Natchez came right back in. Joseph Wall made the save. Here come the Leafs now the other way. It's Nyes who will clear that puck then into the zone. Nichushkin. Up then for Manson. Manson through the zone will backhand that one down low. Riley battling for it then with Lehkonen in the corner. Nice. Trying to get that one out then for Toronto. Nelson tried to poke check at the center. Leafs will regroup here in their own end. Tavares off the board. Stolen back then by Colorado. Lehkonen looks for options. Cross-ice pass then to Achon. Achon fires it into the chest of Joseph Wall. Avalanche have been just giving it to the Maple Leafs here tonight. Face off here now in the Toronto zone. Won by Colorado. Drury a shot. Blocked in front. Played down low then Robertson. Feeds it up to the point then. Waugh will dump it down low. Girard here in the Colorado zone. Tries to play at the center. Kept in then by Robertson. Robertson to Cowan, who dumps it down low. Now Waugh battling for the puck. Picked up then quickly by the Avalanche. It's Makar. Taylor Makar drops it back. Down low then, Drury gets knocked off the puck. Robertson will play it forward to Cowan. Cowan with some room. Shoots it, gloved by Blackwood. And he's not allowing any rebounds there on him. Toronto with 21 shots here tonight. Blackwood has denied all of them. What a great performance here by Mackenzie Blackwood. Most goals in the third period this season. Avalanche and Maple Leafs are in the top 6. Avalanche are 4, Maple Leafs are 5. So both these teams, they love to score goals in the third period. 3-0 Colorado lead here. Showing off Craig Berube, who looks like Frankenstein. Pretty ugly sight, like myself. Face-off won then by the Maple Leafs. Domi, a shot on Blackwood, makes the save. He covers up. Colorado also allowed the fewest amount of goals in the third period, just 32, which, again, is the fewest in the NHL. Showing off Stolarz on the bench, who returned from injury on Friday. Showing all the Maple Leafs scratches up top. Tanev in the building. Dakota Joshua's up there as well. Nylander also. Toronto, to be fair, is missing some of their top guys. So it does put them in a difficult situation, of course. Domi versus McKinnon now here in the Toronto zone. McCabe at the point, fires it, deflected by Matthews and cleared all the way to center. Carlo, pass back to Matthews. Matthews over there then for Carlo down low. McCabe to Matthews. Matthews to McMahon. Into the zone. Natchez poke checks it ahead then. Burns down low. Will bank that one all the way up to center. Racing forward with speed is Olofsson. Victor Olofsson. Cross ice pass. Manson. Off the boards then to McKinnon. McKinnon pass to center. Jabbing at that puck. Now down low. Carlo behind the net. Played back for McCabe. Jake McCabe will clear all the way back to center ice. Now it's Manson who will pick it up then for Natchez. Natchez drops it back to McKinnon. McKinnon comes in. Puck goes wide. In the zone now. McCarr dumps it behind the net to McKinnon. Pass to center. Save there. McKinnon gets it back down low. Try to throw a pass in front. Now Olofsson takes it back down low. McKinnon in front. Natchez gloved by Wall once again. We'll be live streaming the Avalanche on Thursday next week when they take on the Montreal Canadiens. As for the Maple Leafs, their next stream will come February 2nd when they are in Calgary against the Flames. So a little bit of time here before the next Maple Leaf stream. Face-off one then by the Avalanche. Makara's shot goes all the way wide. Now Quillen attempts to bank it to center. Malinsky trying to keep that one in the zone. Kiviranta to Kelly. A shot goes wide of Wool. Now Riley tries to throw a pass to center. It's back down low. Riley over there then for Stetcher. Stetcher clears it down low. Shots 34-22. Lorentz takes it down the right side. Intercepted there by the Avalanche. Through center now it's Nelson. Battling for it then with Stetcher. Nelson with 2 goals tonight. Lorentz will dump it here into the Colorado zone. Now it's Achon. Taking it back then for the Avalanche. Nearly 5 minutes gone in the third. Here's Nelson. Dekes into the zone. Trying to move it in. And it goes wide. Off the boards now, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Plays the puck here through center. Colorado trying to get it back. Down low now, battling for it. Lehkonen will clear it into the Toronto zone. Now Benoit here behind his own net. Played forward then for Ekman-Larsson, who moves it through center. Shots are 34-22. Girard in the corner battling forward with Tavares. Picked up then by Girard through center. Kept in by McCabe. Goes around behind the net. Played to center. Leafs dump it back down low. Now it's Blackwood who will regroup with that puck. Breaking it through center then is Gavin Brindley. Brindley comes into the zone. Down low now with it is Wall, who will attempt to clear it around behind the net. Picked back up then by Toronto. Waugh. Down low for McCabe. Back to Waugh. Played to center. Drury drops it back to Brindley. Brindley clears it into the zone. Brandon Carlo. Down low now. Will bank it up to center. Cowan will dump that one then down low. Racing for it then, battling with it is Manson, trying to bank a pass to center, kept in then by the Leafs down low. Cowan trying to loop around Nathan McKinnon, feeds the pass in front, and a shot there by Waugh goes out of play. About 6 minutes into the third period here, shots are 34-23. Looking at the Mikko Rantanen trade a year ago yesterday. We did not talk about that on the commentary stream. There was a reel posted of my reaction on a live commentary stream last year. But the Avalanche acquired Nature's Jury and 2 picks for Rantanen and Taylor Hall. Chicago involved in that deal. Marty Nature's selected to Czechia's Olympic roster. I would say Colorado is pretty content with Marty Nature's. Here's Matthews. A shot goes off of Blackwood down low into the corner. Brock Nelson picks it back up for Colorado. Makar through center, dumped into the zone. Battling for it down low now. It's cleared by McMahon out to center as time ticks further and further down. Makar to Malinsky. Malinsky down low then for Stetcher. Stetcher off the boards to Nelson. Matthews poke checks it ahead. Picked back up then by Nichushkin, who races it through center. Cale Makar. Now down low here in the Avalanche zone. Makar will survey the area for options. Pass down low then to Malinsky. Through now is Natchez. Intercepted then by the Maple Leafs and cleared out to center. Now Girard breaks it back over then for Ashawn. Off the boards, back into the Toronto zone. It's Ekman Larson now behind the net, banks it off the boards. Trying to get it to center. They do so successfully. It's Olofsson who attempts to dump that one down low. Now the Maple Leafs get it back. It's Ekman Larson who will backhand it to center. Picked back up then by Achan. Achan then into the zone. Dump back down low. Battling for it is McCabe. McCabe here behind the net. Michelli back up to the point. Michelli breaks it through center. Will flick that one into the Avalanche zone. It goes up and out of play with 12:21 remaining in this first period. Avalanche lead 3-0 and just 12 minutes away from a clean 2 points. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Back here in Toronto, 12:20 left to go. Avalanche with a commanding 3-0 lead here in this third period. All right, face-off coming up here outside of the Avalanche zone. It's won by Toronto. They will dump it down low here into the Colorado zone. Now Brent Burns picks it up. Back over then for Kiviranta, who dumps it down low into the zone. Icing here against the Avalanche. Knew Colorado was going to be mad after losing to the Ducks. Didn't think that we're going to be shut out the least mad. Hey, the game's not over yet, so I don't know if I'd say shutout just yet. The game is not over. Notice how I never say it when we're in a game like this. Or at least I try not to. Face off in the Colorado zone. Tavares versus Kelly. Face off is won back by the Avalanche, or at least they try to win it. Now Tavares, a shot blocked. Riley clears it around then behind the net to Nyes, who was interfered with, and that will be a penalty. What's up, John Jason? How we doing? Josh Manson will go to the box for an interference call on Matthew Nyes, and the Maple Leafs for the second time tonight will get a chance to break past Mackenzie Blackwood here on the power play. And yeah, high stick to the face. Yeah, I know, man. So much snow. It's still coming down here. We got about 7 more hours of it here for me. Just hoping that we can get to the end of all our commentaries tonight. Face off here now in the Colorado zone. Shot by Matthews is gloved once again by Blackwood, who has stopped everything here tonight. And Austin Matthews there at the point. Been a little bit quiet tonight. Obviously, so is this whole team. Face off here now in the Avalanche zone once again, won by the Avs through center now. Nichushkin breaks the red line, will dump it, or at least attempt to dump it into the Toronto zone. We'll just take it back and regroup. Now Burns will clear that one all the way back into the Maple Leafs end. Here's Morgan Riley. Riley drops it back then for Michelli. Michelli through center to Matthews. Michelli into the zone, pass back to Matthews, slides just wide, and cleared by the Avalanche all the way down the other way. Joseph Wall now down low, back to Morgan Riley. Riley will backhand it off the boards, racing through center then is Matthews. Approaching the halfway mark of this third period and the power play. Backhand is cleared all the way back into the Toronto zone. Joseph Wall plays it back now behind his own net. Ekman Larson brings it through center. Robertson to Cowan. Back to Domi. Domi to Cowan. Intercepted then by the Avs, who will shoot that one all the way back into the Toronto zone immediately. Time ticking down. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Max Domi now with speed through center. Brings it in. Shoots it wide. Now down low here behind the net. Played back then by Kiviranta. Cleared back into the Toronto zone with 20 seconds to go. Coming up on the halfway mark. Ekman Larson. Drops it back. Domi. Brings it through center. Shoots it into the Avalanche zone. Now Lehkonen will play it all the way back to center. Racing for it now is Nelson. Battling for it alongside Carlo. Taken back by McManus. The power play comes to a close. Both teams 0 for 2 tonight. St. Louis snowed all day yesterday. Light this morning. This new too. Good for you. We're still in snowing territory. Off the boards, Malinsky will dump it into the Toronto zone. 9.5 minutes to go in period number 3. Here's Waugh through center. Try getting the shot on. Cleared down low now into the corner. Leafs get it back to the point. Carlo fires it. Tip just wide. Oh, I think Blackwood may have got a piece of it. It was right there in the crease. Pass up ahead then for Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon loops around back to Olofsson. Shoots it. Block rebounds in front. And taken back then by Scott Lawton, who will hold the puck on the right side through center now. Lorentz Back up then for Wah. Wah dekes in. What a move. Behind the net, past the center. And too many sticks in front. Now Lorenz back to Wah in front. Can't get the shot on. Now down low in the corner. Avalanche pick it back up. Malinsky. Off the boards then for Olofsson. Riley. Breaks it through center. 8:40 left to go. Leafs trailing by 3. Burns behind the net then for Malinsky. Back up then for Makar. Sends a 2-on-1 the other way. Into the zone then. Lehkonen being tied up. Brindley gets it back. Intercepted by the Leafs. Now Domi will play a pass to center. Now McMahon racing for it, but Girard is right there. Cleared back to center. Keep an eye out for Joseph Woll. I imagine they will try to pull him here and get some offensive zone pressure on the Avalanche. Here's Michelli down low now on the Toronto zone. Michelli through center now. Girard battling forward with Tavares. Behind the net. Avalanche clear it up to the point. Kept in then by Ekman-Larsson. Pass to the right side. Down low. OEL comes in. Backhand save. Rebound! What a stop by Mackenzie Blackwood! Are you serious? Here's OEL, a shot. It goes wide. Nyes picks it back up on the right side. Mackenzie Blackwood, have a day. Here's Benoit now at the point. Benoit skates it down low behind the net. Girard back then for Ekman-Larsson, battling forward with Makar. Trying to get that puck free as Tavares. Tavares being held to the outside, banked off the boards. And cleared out of the zone. Shots are 34-27. Toronto out shooting the Avalanche 9-3. Riley will fire that puck wide. At the point now, Robertson, a shot into the chest of Mackenzie Blackwood, who makes his 28th save of the game and is playing absolutely incredible here tonight. It is a Sunday matinee, the first of 3 here on the YouTube channel, and the Avalanche lead 3-0 on the Maple Leafs. Oh, man. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, if you are new to the channel, subscribe if you're new. Like the stream as it helps out with the engagement. We'll be live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, so in about an hour or so for Senators and Golden Knights. Will be our second game here on this 3-game slate, followed by Ducks and Flames. So plenty of great commentaries coming your guys' way. Look at the goalie stats here. Mackenzie Blackwood, 28 saves tonight on 28 shots. Joseph Woll, 31 saves on 34 shots, has a .912 save percentage. Toronto will make the playoffs. It's looking like that more and more by the day. Still plenty of time to go in the season. We got about 3 months left. Or I guess in reality, it's really only 2.5 because the Olympics are going to take up most of February. Basically, 2.5 months left in the season. All right, less than 7 minutes to go here in period number 3 as the Avalanche are holding a great game here tonight against Toronto in Scotiabank Center. Showing off Jared Bednar once again. Face off here now in the Colorado zone. It's won back by the Avalanche. Makar behind the net. Cale Makar now moves it through center. Pass back up to Valeri Nichushkin. Nichushkin a backhand there on Woll. It's blocked off the puck. Now Makar a shot into the chest of Woll. It's been a very well-played game here tonight. Can definitely say that confidently. It's been a fun one to watch. It's been well played by both teams. And this is the kind of game that I enjoy. But Mackenzie Blackwood definitely looking a lot better. Face off here now, off the draw. Woll gets the glove as the puck was way high in the air. He'll cover that one up. Joseph Woll, who's had a great game here tonight, definitely deserves a lot of credit for sure. 6.5 minutes to go in period number 3. Face off here now in the Toronto zone. McKinnon versus Lawton. Olofsson to Makar. Makar clears it down low then behind the net. Scott Lawton picks it back up. Backhanded out to center. Racing for it then is Jacob Quillen, the young player here on this Maple Leafs team. Avalanche take it back. Shots are 36-28. Through center now into the zone. Feeding it up to the point then on the right side. Carlo. 6 minutes remaining here in period number 3. Breaking it now through center, McMahon. Dumps it into the zone. Trying to bank that one off the boards then. Riley. Down low then for Burns. And that is empty here for the Maple Leafs as Joseph Woll goes to the bench. They are pulling Joseph Woll in an attempt to get themselves back in this game. 5.5 minutes to play. At the point, Riley clears it down low then for Domi. Toronto trails by 3. They go 6-on-5. Puck is cleared back into the neutral zone. Ekman-Larsson. Back for Matthews. OEL now to Riley. Riley fires it. Save. Rebound in front. Just above the net. Now Burns takes it back. He will fire it out all the way towards the empty net. Just wide. And not enough. So icing here against the Avalanche. As they have a 3-0 lead here in period number 3 and have played a really well-played game. Going to be 4-0 or more. We shall see. We shall see. Face off now in the Colorado zone. It's Manson versus Tavares. Face off won by the Leafs. Michelli. Right side. Fires it. Blocked. Natchez trying to go for the empty net. Can't get it there in time. Now Brock Nelson, who has 2 goals tonight. Down low now in the corner. Natchez played back over then for Nichushkin, who shoots it for the empty net. Just wide once again. That'll be another icing. Or no, it won't be. Here's Nyes. Drops it back then for Michelli. I'm not sure why there wasn't an icing, but okay. Michelli will shoot that one into the zone. Picked back up then by the Avalanche. Malinsky will clear that one around then back to center. Here's Ekman-Larsson picking it up. Pass off the boards then down low. Malinsky gets it back. He'll bank it off the boards. Back over then, McKinnon to Natchez. Natchez into the zone. Will look for the empty net. Blocked by Nyes. What an effort by Matthew Nyes. What a block. Here's Matthews now through the zone. Austin Matthews breaks it in. Down low here now into the corner. Goes just wide. Banked up then by Olofsson. Cleared to center. Now Michelli gets it back with less than 4 minutes to go. Still a 6-on-5 here for the Leafs. Michelli dekes into the zone. Pass back then to Waugh. Waugh into the zone down low. Loops it back around. He falls on his feet. Played back up then for Natchez. Natchez to Makar. Makar coming in then for the empty net. Blocked again. Toronto can't even get it. Here's Nyes now into the zone. Back to Matthews, who tries to deke it into the zone. Shoot back by the Avalanche. It goes out of play. And face-off will come back into the Avalanche end. Thank you, Alexa. I appreciate that. I do my best. 3:26 left to go in the third period. We will step aside to commercial break. Avalanche lead the Leafs 3-0. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. We have 2 more commentaries tonight. And this is a great start for sure. This has been a fun one. Oh my gosh. What a game already to start off this 3-game slate of commentaries. And with this Sunday matinee, in light of all the snow going on here in North America, currently on the East Coast, we're getting there. We're nearly through it all, guys. All right. Toronto, I will assume, going to call a timeout here at some point. The Leafs are getting opportunities. They have 30 shots on goal, but they have not been able to get anything past Mackenzie Blackwood here tonight. Face off here now at the point. Shot for the empty net, just wide for Brock Nelson. And another icing here against the Maple Leafs. Brock Nelson nearly with the hat trick. But it was not meant to be, at least at that point. Nelson shoots it just wide. Ugh. Face off coming here now in the Colorado zone once again. Face off. Tied up here now at the point. Leafs get it back. Tavares, a shot save. Rebound goes just wide. Now in the corner. Burns. Off the boards. Matthews down low to Nyes. Nyes behind the net. Look for the right play. Pass to center is blocked. Down low now in the corner with 3 minutes to go. Nichushkin plays it ahead. Then it's cleared all the way back into the Toronto zone. Not enough for an icing. Austin Matthews breaks it through center. Matthews to Michelli. Drop back off the boards. Brock Nelson gets that puck back. Shoots for the empty net. Just wide. And another icing here against the Avalanche, as Nelson did not get to the red line before taking that shot. And Colorado still with that 3-0 lead they've had since we've opened up the third period. Multi-goal game here for Nelson. He's the only player with more than 1 point tonight. Face-off here down low in the corner. Waugh battling for it. Olofsson will bank it all the way out to center. 2.5 minutes to go. Ekman-Larsson through the zone then to McMahon. McMahon, poke check to center. Battling for it is Olofsson. Back to McKinnon. McKinnon plays it to Nelson. He hits the hat trick. Rain down the hats for Brock Nelson. A hat trick here on this Sunday matinee game. And the Avalanche now lead 4-0. They will get the win here in Toronto. Brock Nelson scores the 12th hat trick in live commentary history. Becomes the second player in an Avalanche uniform to get a hat trick. And that's a 4-0 lead for the Maple Leafs here in the third period. So Joseph Woll will come back into the net. Some hats rain down onto the ice. And Colorado here on the road. The hats are still raining down. 37 shots total for the Avalanche. And little girl throwing her hat over the stand, or at least trying to. Can't get it there. Face off here now with 2 minutes to go in this third period. Down low into the zone now, Drury. Circles back around, trying to bank it out to center. Wah. Into the zone now to Cowan. Cowan fires it just wide of Mackenzie Blackwood. Now Stetcher clears it down low behind the net. Cowan at the point. Drop back down low. Wah. Battling for it then with Drury. Drury here in the corner. Banked around now down low. Cowan. As time ticks down here, Avalanche with another great performance here in Toronto. Whistle is blown here for a hand pass or something. I'm not exactly sure why, actually. But Brock Nelson joins Valerie Nichushkin as the two Avalanche players in Watch with Nordic live commentary history to have a hat trick. Ironically, both of them happening against the Maple Leafs. So, kind of a funny little tidbit there. Both of them against the Maple Leafs here in live commentary streams. Leafs here in the fourth game of a 5-game homestand. They have dropped 3 of them. Lost to Detroit, loss against Minnesota, loss against Vegas, and now they will lose against the Avalanche. Delayed penalty here against Colorado as the Maple Leafs led to the power play here in these last 2 minutes. Be kind of funny if they pulled Wall, because, I mean, why not? So power play here for Toronto will span the rest of the game with 1:35 remaining. Face-off now won by Colorado. Malinsky will dump it all the way down the other way. Now Joseph Woll down low then for Ekman Larsson. Yeah, not a great weekend for the Maple Leafs for sure. Here's Cowan now breaking it through center. Easton Cowan warps it back around up to the point. Ekman Larsson to McMahon. Approaching the final minute of play here in regulation. Pass in front. Saved by Blackwood. Rebounds there. McMahon to Domi. They score. Max Domi here with 62 seconds left. Breaks Mackenzie Blackwood's shutout. And the Maple Leafs are on the board. Here with the power play goal. It's 4-1. So unfortunate there for Mackenzie Blackwood, who was just inches away from his second career shutout in a live commentary stream. But Max Domi on a rebound play. There were 4 Avalanche players in front of that net, but they could not convert. Assist on that Brock Nelson goal, by the way, is Nathan McKinnon. He picks up his 9th assist in a commentary stream. Cleared back down low into the corner. Last minute of play. The comeback begins. Cleared back down low then. Gerard battling for it. Less than a minute to go. Waiting for NHL Network to update with the assists. But it really doesn't matter because this game is pretty much over. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It is Max Domi. Looks like right now it is unassisted. We'll see if that stays the same. Here's Domi now battling forward here in the corner. Tried to poke that one to center. McMahon and Cowan get the assists. 15 seconds left to go. Time will tick down. And the Avalanche come into Toronto here on a Sunday matinee. They will get the 4-1 win, led by Brock Nelson scoring a hat trick. Huge game for Mackenzie Blackwood, 32 of 33. And a really well-played game overall by the best team in the NHL. Final score, Avalanche 4 and the Maple Leafs 1. Again, 3 goals by Brock Nelson, 1 goal by Jack Drury. And then Max Domi towards the final minute gets the Avalanche the 4-1 win. All right, that'll do it for the first game here in our 3-game triple header. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It was a great commentary here tonight. Subscribe down below if you're new. And a win here for Colorado tonight. It was a good game. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. We'll be live in about an hour or so for Golden Knights and Senators. We're going to take a trip northeast, I believe, to Ottawa and see the Senators take on the Golden Knights. So that'll do it for me tonight. Thank you all for tuning in.